Jane Lee was more than just a business owner. She was a pillar of kindness in Singapore's hawker and food community. As the owner of Sumo Salad at Holland Village, Jane worked tirelessly alongside her husband and loyal team to build a small but beloved food business. Her dedication, compassion, and constant support for others earned her deep respect across the food industry. But behind her warm public image, Jane was facing an immense private struggle, one that would end in heartbreak. On the 18th of July, 2025, Jane made a heartbreaking post on Facebook detailing a disturbing incident that had recently taken place at her shop. She alleged that a foreign worker, an Indian woman she had employed, had staged a false workplace injury just days before her contract ended. Jane described how the worker claimed to have fallen on the escalator while disposing of rubbish, but Jane believed the entire incident was premeditated. She said the worker had stayed beyond her usual working hours, even though she was scheduled to leave early, and that her behavior changed drastically when visiting doctors, where she allegedly exaggerated symptoms to appear seriously injured. But Jane didn't stop there. She suspected a broader, more coordinated scheme. In her Facebook post, Jane claimed this wasn't the worker's first attempt at such a scam. She believed the worker, along with her husband and potentially with help from a legal firm, was targeting small businesses like hers that had gaps in insurance coverage. Jane worried that this was a part of a pattern that sought to use extortion, manipulation, and terror to take advantage of Singapore's injury claim system. She also provided Singapore's Ministry of Manpower with evidence, such as screenshots and CCTV footage. Jane was particularly exposed because her company was in between insurance coverage at the time of the alleged occurrence. She talked about how this incident drove her to the brink both financially and emotionally, and she expressed sadness for herself, her crew, and her husband Victor. Jane begged the Singapore Police Force and the Ministry of Manpower to look into it. In her last public statement, she cautioned that similar schemes would soon target other small business owners. However, the burden of this experience became too much to bear. Just a day after her Facebook post, Jane Lee passed away on the 19th of July, 2025. Her death shocked the tight-knit hawker and small business community. Tributes poured in. Hawkers United's Melvin Chu called her one of the kindest people he knew. Renowned food critic KFCO remembered her warmth and generosity, saying her sincerity touched even those who barely knew her. Jane's wake will begin on the 22nd of July at 2 p.m., and she will be cremated on the 23rd of July. Her story has sparked conversations across Singapore about mental health, the vulnerability of small business owners, and the need for better protection against fraud and exploitation. Jane Lee stood up and spoke out. Her voice, though silent, continues to echo in the hearts of many. May her courage inspire change, and may her kindness never be forgotten.